Indigenous peoples understand that human existence depends entirely on the natural world and the depths of our connection to it. Governments must honor these basic relationships. They can do that by honoring Indigenous rights to lands and waters. Because Indigenous peoples uphold vast ecological systems essential to Earth's life support, honoring those rights is necessary to meet or exceed the goals of the Convention on Biological Diversity and ensure life for future generations. The health and well-being of the land is intimately connected to the health and well-being of humans. Biodiversity, the variety of life on Earth, within and among individual plants, animals, fungi, and microorganisms, their species and communities, and within and across ecosystems and biomes is key. Biodiversity is responsible for nutritious food, clean water, medicines, and protection from extreme events. Its loss jeopardizes economic stability and livelihoods. Indigenous peoples have respected this reciprocal relationship among beings long before recorded time, known as time immemorial. Through spiritual, cultural, and traditional practices, Indigenous peoples have always been guardians and stewards of the land, waters, and biodiversity. Their effort includes practicing sustainability by maintaining biodiversity for current and future generations. Indigenous peoples practice conservation by protecting the land from harm and loss of biodiversity. As Indigenous peoples show us, respect for the land has been and will remain the cornerstone to sustaining biodiversity. Now, leaders and governments are catching up. They're recognizing the intimate and dependent connections between the land and its inhabitants. Human actions like industrialization and unsustainable production and consumption have resulted in substantial downgrading of biodiversity and increasing pressures on Earth's life support systems. In 2012, the Intergovernmental Science Policy Platform on Biodiversity and Ecosystem Services, or IPBES, was created. Its goal is to assess the state of biodiversity and ecosystem services provided to society. IPBES has shown that contemporary exploitation and consumption pressures are unsustainable. Species abundance has declined rapidly since 1970, including reductions of 40% for species on land, 84% in freshwater, and 35% of marine species. Of the current 8 to 10 million animal and plant species on Earth, around 1 million are threatened with extinction. Both IPBES and the 2020 United Nations Summit on Biodiversity now stress that the sustainability and conservation goals of the Biodiversity Convention and the Sustainable Development Goals are not possible with current policies. Instead, policymakers must engage in transformative policy changes. That transformation must include the leadership and vision of Indigenous peoples who have more extensive knowledge of the land and how to safeguard it than essentially any other group. Honoring governance rights and tenure of Indigenous peoples is essential to any credible effort or plan to sustain biodiversity and the abundance of life on Earth. If governments around the world are serious about protecting the planet, they must fully and respectfully engage with Indigenous peoples and support Indigenous guardianship.